Greetings, sports media consumer. I, a millennial, am here to defend Michael Jordan's legacy from my friend Tom Haberstroh, who, at Yahoo, asserted that Michael Jordan's 1988 Defensive Player of the Year award was, in a way, perhaps fraudulent. Now, here's the tricky part. Tom is correct in asserting that in Chicago, they inflated Jordan's stats. They gave him about twice as many blocks and twice as many steals as he got away. At the same time, people might be deceived. When this controversy comes up, and if you've been on the sports internet, you have likely heard of it, you have to notice something not being said. A dog that's not barking, if you will. And it's this. Nobody is saying who should have won that award other than Michael Jordan. Do you know why that is? It's very simple. It's because Michael Jordan was clearly the guy to win that award that season, even if his stats might have been inflated at home. And here's the reason. The Chicago Bulls had the third-ranked defense in all of the league, and that's not any sort of stat counting at home. Those are just the numbers overall, okay? And they did not have any great shot blocker. You got to remember that back then, Scottie Pippen is a rookie. He's the seventh man. He's not the Scottie Pippen that we know as a Hall of Famer. It was Michael Jordan playing 40 minutes a game, being everywhere as just a wrecker. Even away where you don't have those juice stats, you're looking at over a block a game and over 2 steals a game, and other teams certainly felt that impact. And if we go through the other options for Defensive Player of the Year, we go to the Jazz, their first-ranked defense. Mark Eaton, great shot blocker. He had a bit of a down year that year. He had more fouls than he had blocked shots. And he was also dividing credit with John Stockton, who was always up there in the lead for steals. Then if we go to the second-ranked defense, we have the Detroit Pistons, and eventually Dennis Rodman from that crew would go on to win Defensive Player of the Year. But back then, he was averaging about 26 minutes a game, and credit was pretty well distributed between him, Joe Dumars, and Bill Laimbeer. Well, what about Hakeem Olajuwon, you might ask, of the fourth-ranked Houston Rockets? Again, we have the Mark Eaton problem. Hakeem back then was a bit of a fouler. A great defensive presence, to be sure, but he had 4.1 fouls per game to his 2.7 blocks per game, which is why he often was in foul trouble and why he played about 424 fewer minutes than Michael Jordan played. Overall, Michael Jordan was just a pervasive presence. He played 82 out of 82 games. We just do not see that nowadays. And I think it is unfortunate, even if I can respect the work of my friend Tom Haberstroh, that we are now spending more time focused on how this award was fraudulent than instead standing back and going, oh my God, how did the greatest offensive player in the game, he scored 35 a game on 53% shooting that season, how did he play 82 games, 40 minutes a game, and was the best defensive player of the year? I mean, this is an award that was not controversial back then, and it had nothing to do with home cooking. It had everything to do with how Michael Jordan had just emerged as the defining player of the soon-to-be era. So, hey, I know I wasn't around, I know I wasn't sentient, but there's plenty of evidence. Go on YouTube. Check out some highlights from Michael Jordan's season. That's probably an even better argument than the one I'm making, even though I think it's pretty airtight. Thanks.